Chris Gunzz here with flyweight contender Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez, and you're coming off of a tough fight, Jonathan. Coming into the fight with Giovanni Segura a little more than 2 weeks ago, you were the picture of cool and confident. You seemed ready to take this fight against the former champ, and he's the same man who came to the island and broke the hearts of the Puerto Rican people by beating the legend Ivan Calderon, and now he returned again, and you seem primed for revenge. Take me back to the night on August 17th. How did you feel coming into that fight? Did you feel as ready as you sounded like you were?
Yeah, I was not ready for the fight. He surprised me with a big punch. I didn't thought he was gonna. I didn't think it was him. It was gonna hit me like that. But the first round, I did a great round, and I thought, if the round comes out, if the round keeps like that, I'm gonna win this fight easy. But in the second round, he gave me a good punch that I just put my hands down and he just gave me a great punch.
Mm-hmm.
It happened to every big champion. It's nothing. Just get up and keep it on.
Yeah, and it happens to everybody. If anyone stays in the game long enough, it's going to happen eventually. I mean, it's just a matter of when. But it just happened to happen to you at this time, and I'm glad you take it like that. And you took it great. Did you take him somewhat lightly though? Because he lost 2 of his last 3 fights. He was stopped by the great Brian Valoria back in December of 2011, and after coming back and beating Omar, he beat a guy after he came back from the Brian Valoria fight, and he won a 12-round decision, and then he fought Edgar Sosa, and in a tough competitive fight, he dropped the 12-round decision. But he did lose that fight. You came in winning all 13 fights and 11 by knockout. Did you take him lightly?
No. He fought with the best Bomba. He fought the best condition. Everything. I was great. I did my weight okay. I did everything okay. He fought with the best Bomba. I have no excuses. He just gave me a great punch, and I was 100% ready for that fight, and I thought I was gonna win.
Yeah, and we could see your game plan. You were ready to box and move and throw fast and showy punches, nice counters. But at what point did you realize that it was going to be a different fighter than you expected it to be? Was it the second round?
When I fought the first round, and I was boxing him, I was passing his punches and throwing mine. I was seeing his punches. But in the second round, I just did the referee just said break, and then I stepped back and I lowered my hand, and he just he gave me a punch. I didn't see the punch. I didn't expect the punch. I just heard the referee say break, and when he said break, I lowered my hand and he hit me. That's when he took me on my game plan.
Mm-hmm. So if anything you're going to change, it's to protect yourself at all times. I'm sure you learned that lesson.
Yeah, I learned a lot. It's a big experience for me. And nothing, just working it out. Now I'm going to start working with Robert Garcia, and along with my father. And then just keep the good work on. This is a one loss experience. And I'm coming back hard.
Yeah, you're a southpaw and he's a southpaw. I know that you can only speak for yourself. Were you thrown by his southpaw stance? He's a very aggressive fighter. Usually southpaws are less aggressive, but in this case, here's an aggressive southpaw. Were you ready for that?
I was ready to fight 10 rounds. I was physically great, and I was stretched. I was ready. I have no excuses.
Mm-hmm. And when he dropped you in the second round, it was a right hook. You seemed visibly hurt. Were you as hurt as it appeared you were, or did you feel?
Yeah. After the first knockdown, I wasn't Bomba. I wasn't there. I couldn't recover how I wanted to, but after the first night, I couldn't do much to keep on.
Yeah, after that, you didn't seem like the same guy, and it seemed like the experience factor got the best of you, and you just weren't ready to come back from the adversity because you never had to before. Did you know that you were in trouble going out for the third round, or do you even remember it at all?
Yeah, I remember the third round. I did that third round, but just like the first with my instincts. I wasn't all there, I wasn't 100% there, but I just that could show how prepared I was. He knocked me down 3 times, and 3 times I got up. No matter what, he's a hard puncher. He's a great fighter, but he hit me 3 times. 3 times I got up.
Yeah, take me through the last round, the 4th round. You come out for the 4th round. Do you feel like you could possibly pull it back together again and get your legs back under you?
Yeah, when I passed the third round, he didn't really touch me. I said, "Yo, I'm back in the fight. I'm back in the fight." But when he hit me, I'm already hurt. I'm already hurt, and when he hit me, he hurt me worse than he just threw me in the floor.
Mm-hmm. And you go down the second time, and the ref counts to 7 or 8, and you jump up, and you're ready. You look ready to fight, but your corner jumped on. They were up there, and that's what made the ref stop the fight. Did you know that happened? Were you aware? And then as soon as that happened, you slumped back to your knees. What was that? What was the reason for you going back down to the floor? Was it exhaustion? Were you tired? Were you hurt? Or did you just want to rest a little more?
In the 4th round, he threw me 1 time, and I was just ready. I was just waiting for the ref to go up to 8 and just stand up, keep fighting. Then when he dropped me the second time, I looked to my father. My father said he was going to stop the fight. I didn't want him to stop the fight. He said me yes. I was telling him no. And when I got up to keep fighting, my father and my manager stopped the fight. And when they stopped the fight, I just threw myself on the floor. I saw myself losing because I didn't expect to lose this fight. This is what this was going to be a great fight a great win for me. Would have put me in the world championship level.
Mm-hmm. And looking back, what do you think is the reason why the fight went the way it did?
It was an unexpected punch. I did not expect that punch. I was doing a great fight. I was not losing the fight. If you see the first 3 rounds, if the first round I won, the second round I won the whole round. If you take out the knockdown, the second round I won that round too. The third round I won. He just gave me a great punch, a great solid punch that I could never recover.
Mm-hmm. And you talked a lot of trash going into the fight. Do you think that you might have made him want to fight to a higher level? Do you think you kind of woke up a sleeping giant maybe because of your talking? The fans sometimes they don't understand that when boxers talk trash, it's not personal. When boxers talk trash, it's to sell tickets, and that's why we gotta be here to sell tickets. If we not ticket seller, who's gonna buy your fight? Okay. That's why we just did that because he talked too, but he talked more a good way. But I took a little shot just to sell tickets. After the fight, I gave him the hand. I said he was a good champion. I respect you, Segura. Yeah, you did. You were totally gracious in defeat, and you admitted that you talked too much. And do you think that you're going to do that in your next fights? You think you're going to keep bringing that kind of?
I'm not afraid that I really talk a lot. I'm just afraid that I like to sell tickets. And when the August 17th I fought Segura, it was a full house. That's what promoters like we can fill the house. No, I'm not a boxer that talks a lot. But when it comes to big fights, if you got to sell tickets, somebody's got to be a bad guy. And I'd like to be a bad guy, but it's got to be a fight that to sell because 2 quiet people don't sell fights.
Mm-hmm. And you did extend your hand and you congratulated him, said he was a great champion. Did he seem to talk to? Did he give you respect too?
Yeah, he's a great champion. He's a great champion. He respected me since the first day, and I respect him too. But we just talk, we just got talk. So it's like, and I respect him. He respects me, and we are great friends out there.
Mm-hmm. And after the fight's over and everyone leaves and you go home and you get some alone time finally, you're no longer unbeaten, and you never expected this. Going in, you were totally confident. You were totally sure that you were going to win this fight. How hard was it to get over it the first few days after the fight? What happened? Yeah,
I just sit in my house and think about the fight and think about my family, because with this big step, I would have won this fight. I would have go for a world championship. I would have bought my house. I would have been very good right now. But now I'm just thinking about what's my next step. Top Rank just gave me a release, and I'm just thinking, I'm thinking about my future. I'm in my house with my family and my kids. I'm just thinking. What's the big step now?
Mm-hmm. Did you notice that there's any difference with the way they treat you, the fans treat you, the regular people?
No. The fans have treated me very well. There's always going to be one or two people talking, but all the fans have in the Facebook, Twitter, have treated me like a champion if I would have won.
Mm-hmm. And I stay up on boxing. I didn't hear that Top Rank gave you a release. What do you think about that? You think that's, one loss. Why would they give you a release after one loss? It's boxing. And I'll tell you, in MMA, you go to MMA and you look at MMA, and when a guy gets beat, if he fights 2 or 3 weeks later or a month later, the same fans are there backing him, believing in their guy. Why do you think it is that boxing, after one loss, the fans could turn on you, you get released from Top Rank? Why do they give up on you after one loss?
I don't really know. That's my question that I'm asking right now. It's been like 6 days that gave me the release, August 27th. I don't really know why they gave me the release. I'm just working hard. I'm starting to train again, and one day I will know why they gave me the release.
And did you talk to anyone yet about who's going to promote your future fights?
Don't know. I'm just resting. I'm letting my manager do what he got to do. I hope one day if Top Rank give me an opportunity, I will not let that down. Never let that down. On other company, Golden Boy, other companies that interested in me, I'm willing to hear them. And if it's well for me, I'll sign it.
Yeah, and Golden Boy has much better plans for Latino fighters, and they seem to have just more knowledge of what to do with them anyway. So I think you're probably better off with Golden Boy, actually. When do you want to be back in the ring again?
What?
When do you want to be back in the ring?
I hope to come back after the year's done. Hope to be back in November, December. I hope if it's not there, I gotta be back next year. But I hope to come back in November, December. I want to start 2014 with a win.
Mm-hmm. And I talked to the handlers of, I don't know if you know him, but he's lightweight contender, and his name is Angelo Santana, a Cuban guy who lives in Miami. When he's at his best, he looks like Roberto Duran, but in his last fight, he came in to training camp overweight. He's lightweight, and he came in at 180 pounds. So he had to lose like 50 pounds to make weight. And I know that 30 days before your fight, you had to lose still quite a bit of weight. Do you plan on changing anything? Do you plan on maybe staying closer to fight weight between fights?
After this fight, I was only 13 pounds one week, one month of the fight. I think that's a good weight because I was sparring with people that 130, 135, and I gotta keep that weight because they are stronger than me. I can't be 120, 121. I 1 month after the fight and spar with big people because they're gonna dominate me, and that's why I was at 125 1 month after the fight, and 1 week after the fight I was 2 pounds. Two weeks before the fight I was 2 pounds, and I think that I did my weight okay. I ate. After the waiting, I ate. One day after the waiting, I ate in my house. I ate after the waiting. I think I do my weight okay.
And I thought about it and I asked you, and you cleared it up, and you're totally good with your weight, and you made weight easy. I just wanted to ask you that, and I don't want to keep harping on the fight, but do you regret that your first big fight was also against a Mexican, and we all know about the heated rivalry that creates a lot of pressure for both guys, Mexican versus Puerto Ricans. Both of them feel pressure. No one wants to lose to the other one. But you had to deal with that pressure and the pressure of stepping up your competition and having to perform and live up to your own opinion of yourself. No regrets about having to go through all that in your first big test?
No, I think it was going to be a great fight. No matter what, it's a Mexican, a Filipino. It was going to be a great fight no matter who was it. But I wanted to win that fight to demonstrate to everybody that I could be one of the best 112 pounds. I wanted to defeat Segura because I got my longest friend, Ivan Calderon. I wanted to revenge that loss that he had, but I couldn't do it. And I think I'm still here. I'm still in the big leagues here. I'm still in the big league, and I just want a couple of fights against Mexicans again, and keep fighting the great fighters like Segura. If I gotta get a rematch with Segura, I would love to fight. And when I have 25 against Tyson Marquez or Belovia against the champion Estrada. No matter what, I just need a little bit more experience, and just keep it on.
Yeah, and that was my next question. Actually, do you absolutely feel like you must have a rematch eventually with Segura? Do you want to eventually?
I don't really think in rematch directly is good. I just think that we should do a couple of more fights, 5 to 6, 7 fights against good fighters, because I don't like to fight not good fighters. I like a good record. I'm 20-5. I got good fighters, and give me the experience to fight big people like them. That's why I would love to one day to fight Johannes Segura again for a world championship or eliminatory for a world championship.
And there's a handful of trainers that you could say this guy's the best in the world, and one of those guys that name always comes up is Robert Garcia. Tell me about your meeting with Robert Garcia. Did you meet with him yet?
No, I haven't met yet, but we had talked a lot of times on the phone, and we just waited for a date. Well, I got to move to Oxnard, California. 8 weeks after the fight, to start training with him.
And what did Robert say to you? What went wrong in that fight?
We haven't talked about joining Segura's fight yet. I think he's just waiting that I go for me to go to Oxnard he could see all the fight, or he could see the fight again. But he told me that he's got opportunity. He's got a opportunity to train me, and he got time for me, and that's important. That he can train all his fighters, but at the same time he got time with me. For me.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's a problem with up and coming guys in Puerto Rico now to be that guy who fills the shoes of Felix Trinidad and Ivan Calderon and Miguel Cotto, and the list goes on and on and on. They have so many great champions. Were you feeling that pressure of stepping it up faster than you should have, do you think, to be that next guy?
No. I just wanted to be Jordan Gonzalez, I know Phil Gomez and Calderon, Trinidad are big champions. But to do what they did is hard. I just wanted to be me, and if I one day do what they did, I'm gonna be mad happy, because Trinidad, three-time world champion. Calderon was a two-time world champion. That's hard to do. People don't. That's not easy to do that. And I one day I will hope to do that. Because I hope to do a champion 112, 115, and 118. And if there's a little guy who wants to do, I hope one day when I'm 30, when I'm 28, 31, I hope to go on to 122.
Yeah, and it's totally logical that I could see a way that you could have won that fight, and you would have looked like a genius if you won the fight, and now you lost a fight, so people second guess it. They did the opposite with like a fighter like Canelo. Canelo came up and he had so many fights, and people were calling for him to step up his competition, but he kept. And Chavez Jr. is another one. They kept asking him, when are you going to fight someone finally? And now you see Canelo stepping it up. How ready do you think he is after 40-something fights? Do you think he's ready for Saturday's fight with Mayweather next Saturday?
My opinion, I think if a boxer thinks he's ready, the important thing that he thinks he's ready. If he thinks he's ready, he could go for it. Yeah, he could go for it. And I think Canelo's ready for Mayweather. The other thing is Mayweather is a boxer that has too much experience. He went to the Olympics. He has 45 fights. He's been in a big stage. Canelo's never been in a big stage like this. And I think this is a fight that is going to be youth against experience. And I think Floyd Money Mayweather got everything to beat Canelo. He got experience. He got more fights. He's not a bigger fighter. He's a fast fighter. He's an intelligent fighter. And I think Floyd Money Mayweather is going to win this fight decision.
Yeah, and that's how most people that I'm talking to, I don't find anyone that's really picking Canelo. How, after 17 years of being at the top of his game, how great is Floyd all time on your all time list?
I think one of the greatest fighters of all time. There's no doubt. He's a defense fighter. He's an offense fighter. He can hit you. He can pass the punch and hit his. I think he's one of the greatest fighters of all time. I think put him on Muhammad Ali. I think nobody's gonna take out one of the number one fighter of all time is Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and I think he can stay number 3 right now. He hasn't finished his legacy. He got a couple more years. You just gotta wait the time if he could do more things in boxing. And I don't think he will pass Muhammad Ali, because Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter ever.
And so what are you looking at? Decision, or you're looking at a decision or a stoppage? I
see Money Mayweather winning a 9-round-to-3 fight. I think Money Mayweather is going to win a unanimous decision.
Yeah, that's the way most people are saying it. And before I let you go, just one more fight, big fight also that same night. Lucas Matisse and Danny Garcia. How do you see that one playing out?
That's a fight that is 50-50. Anyone can win, anyone can hit, and anyone can knock each other out. No matter what, I don't know who's going to be the winner, but I'm Puerto Rican. I'm going for Danny Garcia, because he's a great fighter too. He's Puerto Rican, but that fight is 50-50.
Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez picking up after his loss to Giovanni Segura. Could have been devastating, but you sound like you're taking it real good. I appreciate it. You're hooking up with Robert Garcia, and I can't wait to see you back in the ring.